USA Today, Desantis War on Woke wants to keep us asleep. We must wake up and learn from our history. Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am the Anti-Woke Warrior. So I'm going to read this article today about Ron DeSantis and how he's trying to keep everybody asleep by challenging all of this woke garbage in the world like I do. So I'm sure you can already figure out what my opinion on this is going to be. I want to thank everybody for stopping by. I do appreciate the support I get on my channel. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure that you're still subscribed because YouTube does unsubscribe people every single day. You can find me over on Rumble and on Twitter. There are links in the description. There's also a link to my book if you want to buy that. It's going to be free soon. I figured out what I had done wrong and why I had to wait so long. Starting just last week, I could post it for free again. The first time I tried to post it, I accidentally posted it for $1. So live and learn. Let's get into this article. Ron DeSantis, Florida's Republican governor and presidential candidate, is obsessed with the word woke. He rails against his twisted definition of the word anytime there is a microphone or a camera within eye or earshot of him. Don't get between him and a bank of microphones. You might get trampled. Oh, that's so funny. You're freaking hilarious. You're a comedian. This obsession of the governor begs exploration of what is behind his addiction to the word woke. I don't think he's addicted to it. I'm not addicted to it, and I make a freaking YouTube channel with videos about it all of the time. Furthermore, this person does not understand English. Right here, he said, he rails against his twisted definition of the word. Rail against means to protest, stupid. What the hell is wrong with these people? Don't even know how to speak English, and yet you get paid to write for a living. Wow. Do you not have, editors for this stuff? I mean, seriously. Who is this person? Theotis Robinson Jr. Okay, Theotis. Where does woke come from? According to Chiara Alfonseca, a race and culture reporter for ABC News, well, then she's an authority on the subject matter, obviously. One of woke's earliest uses was in historical recording of the protest song Scottsboro Boys by Lead Belly, an American blues singer. In that recording, it was used as a term about staying aware of the potential for racist violence as a black person in America. Okay, I can agree with that definition. I don't know anything about this song. I don't know if that was the first use or one of the first uses of the word woke, but I can agree with that definition for that time. Let's move on. For those who don't recall or never knew, the Scottsboro Boys were 9 black teenagers accused of and arrested for allegedly violating 2 white women on a freight train near Scottsboro, Alabama. The charges were false, but in the heart of the Confederacy in 1931,
What the heck?
The Confederacy was disbanded the Confederacy lost the war in 1864. You're telling me that 60 years later they was still around? That's actually almost 70 years later. Okay. They were convicted by a jury, not of their peers. Of course, because, we all know that young black men have no equals in our society. They are above everyone, in fact, except for black women. And sentenced to be executed. Through multiple appeals, they were spared from execution, but languished in prison, the last 3 being released in 1946. I wonder, if, what's his name? Devin Tracy. He used to be called Atheism is Unstoppable. Ever covered these guys, the Scottsboro Boys, because he did the New York 5, the Central Park 5, and he pointed out how they were actually probably guilty, and he did a lot of that stuff on his channel. I don't have the time to go through and do the research. I wish I did. The whole last week I spent working on my job, even though there are no classes in session right now. So, yay, it's pretty demanding. The Merriam-Webster's dictionary defines woke as African American slang for being aware of and actively attentive to important societal facts and issues, especially racial, gender, and social equality issues. By this definition, American history is strewn with woke and historical figures such as Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass, Martin Luther King Jr., and Susan B. Anthony, and Cesar Chavez. Yes, and this is what the current definition is. Only now people are taking wokeness entirely too far, which is why I am the anti-woke warrior. There's things like microaggressions, which is just ridiculous. If I ask somebody where they're from, because they have a look that does not appear to be Anglo-Saxon and they have an accent, that does not mean I am being racist. If I ask somebody where they're from and they look Anglo-Saxon and they have an accent, does that make me racist? No, I'm just asking where they're from because I'm interested in knowing where they're from. Saying that the cause of all evils in the world is white people is now currently woke. You got to be aware of this, the social injustice, right? It's all caused by white people, especially white men. We even got the reparations thing going on. The white in California wasn't even a slave state, but we got to pay those reparations. By the way, for all of you people out there who think, oh, reparations in California is going to be so good, I can't wait. Where does that money come from? Well, it comes from taxes, right? We're going to tax people. What's the number one race in California? Hispanic people. So yeah, you're just taxing the Hispanic people more than anybody else. Good job. Even though you want to go after the whites. By being anti-woke, DeSantis does disservice to American history. Oh no! I'm sure he does. He does disservice to. I bet if you went on and asked DeSantis, "Hey, was there slavery?" He'd be like, "Yeah, it was terrible. We don't have slavery in the United States anymore, though." I mean, that's just the truth of it. This begs the question: why would DeSantis rail against people following in the footsteps of these American giants? Now you use rail against correctly. I don't understand. It seems presidential candidate DeSantis, who trails the twice impeached, convicted of defamation ex-president who now faces 37-count indictment in his home state by 30 points, and is searching for oxygen anywhere he can find air to breathe. He has declared war on American history for any grievance to stake his candidacy.
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
Yeah, so here's the problem with that is that you can't. I mean, history is history. It already happened. I know what this person's trying to say. They're trying to say he's declaring war on the way the history books are written or whatever. What history is written down, the written history, the accepted history. But he's not. I don't know anybody who seriously denies the fact that there was a lot of discrimination in the past in the United States. But there isn't anymore. That's the thing. If you believe it is a step too far, consider the war on books. Oh! The war on books. Oh, no, wait. It's the war on books in school libraries across his state.
That might be the dumbest thing you've ever said.
Yeah, not every book belongs in every school library. I don't know what to tell you. Not every book belongs in school libraries. The Bluest Eye by Pulitzer Prize and Nobel Prize for Literature winner Toni Morrison. The Fire Next Time by James Baldwin, winner of several national and international awards. And All Boys Aren't Blue by George Johnson. Okay, I don't know any of these books. These amazing award-winning books. Just because a book wins an award does not mean it should be in a school library. So the film Joker, everybody knows that film, 2019, right? It was well received by the public. Should it be, shown to children? Should it be available for children to watch it? I mean, it is rated R after all, right? But it did win awards. Where are the accolades here? Where are the accolades on this? Accolades. Yes, award for Best Actor in a Leading Role. Academy Award for Best Actor. It looks like it won Best Actor award. So it did win awards. Therefore, it should be shown to children, right? Ridiculous. In DeSantis fiefdom, even the biographies of sports stars Jackie Robinson, Roberto Clemente, and Hank Aaron have been banned. Okay? Those are banned from school libraries. Are they essential? The school libraries need to have this stuff in it. What child wants to read the biographies of these? Maybe some sort of baseball enthusiast? That would be it. One school even restricted a book made out of American poet Amanda Gorman's poem, The Hill We Climb, delivered at President Joe Biden's inauguration because one parent complained, depriving potentially thousands of students of the right and privilege of reading Gorman's acclaimed work. It's terrible. You're not depriving the children of reading anybody's work. You're just saying it's not available at school. The parents can still provide all these books, any book they want to the child. Let's give them some Hustler. I think that would be appropriate for kids, right? No. The quintessential American dream. To ban the American stories of individuals struggling to overcome racism and gender biases, something quintessential to the American dream, is a gross disservice to the citizens of Florida, especially young Floridians, because DeSantis wants them to be ignorant of American history, unable to think critically, and he wants to visit this travesty upon the United States.
What? What the fuck?
No, he just doesn't think that all the books in the world need to be in the student's library. That's it. I love the hyperbole. This is the thing, that they take like one little nugget of something and then they blow it way out of proportion. Our nation needs to know where we have been on issues of race, gender equality, and social justice. They already know. It's slammed down our throats every day. If we are ignorant of our history, we have little appreciation of how far we have come. in writing the past, and we have no idea of what needs to be done to create a more perfect union. You know what? You're sitting here as an authority on what happened in the past, basically saying, oh, look at all these wonderful, amazing books that tell the history of how bad things were in the past. Yet you don't have any appreciation for how far we've come. You're the one here writing an article talking about how, oh, we have so much work to do, and there's really nothing to do. There was nothing to do until Obama became president. What a weird coincidence. I don't know what happened there. Our nation cries out for a well-educated class of future leaders who understand where we have been. We all know where we are and where we are going. I know where we're going, unfortunately. DeSantis' plan to keep us asleep to our past sins of racial bigotry, misogyny, and transgender bias under penalty of law smacks of an ideology foreign to our shores. In what way is he keeping us from our past? Are these historical manuscripts that he has banned from school libraries? Has he gone through and said, oh, we got to stop with the history books? No history books. Ridiculous. Many of us shun the thought of uncomfortable conversations when the topics are racism, sexuality, and gender bias or misogyny. I have a friend who recoils when the word racist is used, probably because he's white and you accuse him of being a racist all the time. He lives in a fantasy world where racism does not reside. Legally, it doesn't. It's illegal to be racist in the United States. If you want to go to other countries, it's rampant, but okay. Welcome to the world where people not of Western European ancestry dwell. Walk a mile in the shoes of those individuals, then tell us the sharp rock inside your shoe does not hurt or exist. Yeah, so here's the reality. I've had racist things perpetrated against me. And, I am Western European ancestry, as you put it so ineloquently. I have Eastern European ancestry too, but, In fact, my ancestry on my mother's side has been traced back to Egypt. So, I have North African ancestry and probably South African ancestry because we all come from South Africa, right? And then is this, okay, this is Theodis. He's a former Knoxville City Council member and retired vice president of equity and diversity at the University of Tennessee. Wow. People, I know people are going to Tennessee. People who live in Tennessee are saying it's great, And this is what you got going on there at the University of Tennessee. Mr. Robinson. Don't know what you're talking about. Some punk kid, right, from Illinois who's white has better arguments than you do. I'm not even a punk kid, but compared to him, I think I am. Anyway, with all that being said, here's how poor people jump rope. Thanks for watching.